So let's go have a lake day together. Give me the sub, give me the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. Let's go fishing. Most mornings are gonna start right here, Saxon Outdoor Supply. I just got a little bit for grub. Oh, and a lot of folks don't know this. If there's no sandwiches out, breakfast sandwiches, she'll make you a couple. Just ask. I am right on time. The fog is still clinging to the water, and the sun is just coming up over the top of the mountain. So I'm feeling really good about our timing. Let's go get some perch. I think we found the perch. So I'm gonna stick to my rule. If they're not at least 10 inches, I won't even consider taking them. This one here looks like he's about 7 or 8 inches. So I'm gonna drop them back in. I'm just back in a cove and it is 15 feet. So some of the toughest advice I got from fishermen on the lake was the simplest. And it made the most sense, of course, in hindsight. It always makes sense. But it's this, and it's really simple. It's difficult to wrap your mind around it. I think it certainly was for me when I first started. Was if you find the bait, you find the fish. Don't get discouraged, I guess is what I'm saying. Know that the system, the process begins with that. Find the bait. That's where the fish are. I think I got him. So there's lots of alewives in the area. There's no doubt that there's no shortage of bait fish here. That's just about 6 or 7 incher. And that doesn't mean that I need to use alewives to fish with. It just means that that's probably where the predatorial fish are going to frequent. It's where the bait is, most prolific. And it's simple. They have to eat. They don't grow if they don't eat, so they stay close to the food source. It's easier life for them, and fish do like to live easy. They find the path of least resistance, and that's something to think of when you're thinking of fishing. That was a little bit better. Worm's still going strong. So I'm just pushed up against the bank here in about 15 feet of water, and there's tons of perch here. I admit there's no real size to these perch that I'm catching, but that doesn't mean they're not in here. But back here in the cove, it does seem like their size classification is just real. They're about the same size. There's a bite. There he is. So I'm being a little careful how I handle perch, and you should be too. They are armored. I got it way back in the gill plate there. No pliers. So they have a lot of spines on them. It's on their gill plates, and it's on their backs. It's on their side fins right there. A lot of little pointy pieces. So just be careful with it. This might be one that you want to help with the kids. So if you bring your kids fishing for them, you might want to help them unhook them, just because they're a little spiny, at least till the kids get the hang of it. There he is. Bummer. More the same. So I moved over a little bit, moved about to a different, pot of perch here. I'm gonna send it down again though, because there's still a bunch of marks down there. I think I have one. Yep. He came up to it. Oh, there we go. There we go. He's fighting. He's fighting like his big brother. I don't even think he's 10 inches. He's close, but not quite. Settle down. Yeah, it's not even. When you're sending it out, when you're in a hot bite like this, you do want to pay attention. When you're sending it out, your line will start going down. It'll go down steady. And the reason you would know that something caught it before it got to the bottom is simply because the line went down, stops, kind of goes down, has like a different pace to it. If it's a different pace, you got to fish, so reel up on that. There's one. Missed him. There he is. Another little guy. You know, maybe these would make you happy, you know, if you wanted to take home a whole bunch of small fillets and work it out, by all means, hang on to them. There is no limit on, there is no size limit on perch. So, if you catch it, take it. And the lake is really perch prolific. There's a lot of perch here. You're not going to hurt the population. Not for any foreseeable future. We'll keep an eye on that. If it's ever an issue, we'll be talking about it. So they were pecking at the tail of it, and they had it stubbed off, so I cut a big chunk off the nose of that gulp minnow. We'll try this. A lot shorter version of it, but we'll see if that works better. I think the worm works better. They seem to consume the worm. They believe it. Live bait, man. It's tough to beat it. Gulp minnow is pretty good, though. It's doing all right. Bites. Man, he just doesn't want to take it. Well, that was a fish. He had that up high. There he is. Oh my gosh, how did I not hook him? Wow. So it looks a little funny. Basically, I think my gulp minnow should be just a little bit smaller. For this size of perch, I should say. Good size gulp if well, for the size we want to catch, but for these little ones, it doesn't seem to be getting it done. Oh my gosh, guys. They're just grabbing the tail. Yeah, not willing to do that anymore. Oh geez, one's pulling it. I thought it was falling. It wasn't falling. The fish was pulling it. Didn't make it to the bottom. Fun to catch, man. Bring the kids out and do this. It's one of the easiest methods to fish on the lake and be successful. It doesn't get much simpler. So it's fun, man. I'm catching lots of them, but they're all just little guys. But you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You get a skillet full of them, you're going to be really happy. I knew that was one. It was running weird. Landed on that, a nice 8-incher. A nice 8-incher. It's funny to say. Hey, when you're talking perch, an 8-incher is just common. So, good healthy one. We got a good healthy perch species population in the lake here, and a lot of family fishing fun for the future. Say that 3 times real fast. Yeah, they're still here. So the action is fun with perch, that's for sure. You just got to find them. That's not simple, you know. You can check places that hold perch and they're just not there, you know, and then you find a place that's got perch and man, does it have perch, you know. They're just loaded in perch. And it can be a lot of fun to catch. I wish the size was better, but I'm happy to be catching. I'm happy to be on some perch, to be successful so I can make this video for you guys. It's a simple technique and hopefully you guys can come out and do this too. I'm gonna catch a couple more. I'm not in a rush to get out of here, but hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully it helps. I'm learning a lot by it too. So it is not real pretty, but I'm gonna try that out and see if it works. And if it does, I'll be really happy with that because it'll keep me from having to bait so much. They're a lot more durable than a night crawler, so let's give it a shot. Let's see if they like it. Let's say that works. I was actually retrieving it and he came up and grabbed it. I wanted to check to see if the back was bit off of it, but he smashed it when I was trying to bring it out of the water. So we're gonna use that gulp minnow for a little bit. We'll see if we can make it work with that. I'm right back to worms. They just want worms. So bring an extra pail of worms if you come out to do this. If you get into the perch, you're gonna use your worms. So Brian from Briar's Lures has been working with me to make a lure, and I'm really excited about this lure because it's convertible. You can use it for a few things. Oh boy. And they're really good hooks too. I think you'll be happy with the class of lure this is. But this is, so I just picked that little guy up. So this is the lure that Brian has put together for me. We kind of worked together to really design this, and this is the smallest version of it, and I'll explain what that means. The set of lures, it's kind of like a set. You can actually vary it in its size and its use. So you can use it for everything from Lakers to perch jerking like I'm doing right now. Well, that's it guys. I'm gonna hang out just long enough to catch a few more of these guys, and then I'm gonna call it quits. I appreciate the sub, and I'll catch you on the next one, all right? Good luck out there. See you on the water.